Sea-based tourism supplies almost $50 million in revenue for Androsians every year. These priceless resources will continue to provide renewable benefits for thousands of people for years to come, as long as we take long-term action to preserve what's rightfully ours. The natural environment has played a vital role in our culture and economy for generations. Let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
As an artist, I travel all over the world, and I find inspiration all around me. From the people, and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty. From Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south, and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
On your marks.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, Grand Bahama becoming grand again. The DPM says it's time. The GBPA extends its multi-million-dollar road repair project. And Grand Bahamians to receive national honors. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for joining us. Topping the news, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper expressing great optimism regarding the economy of Grand Bahama. Cooper said
the deal is progressing.
In an interview on the sidelines of the Coconut Festival in Pelican Point, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism telling ZNS that Russ Urban, the CEO and Principal of Electra, is excited to complete the transaction and that the agreement is expected to be finalized shortly.
Mr. Russ Urban, who is the prospective buyer of the resort, has been on the weekend for the Independence celebration. He got to experience the great lawn for Independence event. He's excited about the prospects for events and entertainment in Grand Bahama. Over the course of the next few weeks, we'll make an announcement. The agreements will be signed very shortly, and we ought to be able to advance to a closing of the transaction. I am still optimistic about the closing, and I know that the people of Grand Bahama are looking forward to it, and we're working diligently on it. And I give you my assurance that we will continue to do all in our power to negotiate the final details of the heads of agreement and bring the transaction to closing.
The Grand Bahama International Airport is crucial for the development of the Grand Bahama economy. The Deputy Prime Minister says preliminary plans for the redevelopment of the airport is now complete.
The generators are on the ground. The process for completion has begun. We are at the moment powering the tower. We're powering the lights at the airport itself and the administrative building. We recall that at one point you couldn't do a night flight because Grand Bahama power was off. So we immediately kicked into gear. We got generators, and that ain't gonna happen no more because we want to ensure that you have the services you need in Grand Bahama to ensure access smoothly and safely for our residents and for our tourists. So the work is underway.
And improvements to the airport will set the stage for increased airlift, and the national flag carrier is expected to play a big role in this.
We're looking forward to welcoming that inaugural flight, I believe, from Raleigh, North Carolina. We're looking at that market closely. Right now, there's a big diaspora. For too long, we've looked at Bahamas as an expense to our country. We have to now look at it as an investment. And we're going to translate that into economic benefit for the people of Grand Bahama.
The Deputy Prime Minister says this is Grand Bahama's time, and residents can anticipate an exciting change going forward.
Grand Bahama needs a break. I mean, it's been long in coming. And I think we're at a place now where we're seeing some activity happen. We saw the cruise port. We're looking to see the airport complete. And we have a deal here. And we're still working through the final details of the heads of agreement. But I can tell the people of Grand Bahama that I feel a sense of excitement here. I hope that they will feel that too. I hope that they will prepare themselves. I hope that they will look to all of the arms of government, Bahamas Development Bank, Small Business Development Center, Tourism Development Corporation, all of them, and see how they might position themselves to take advantage of some of the opportunities that's coming.
Meantime, construction on a world-class international airport is set to begin in 2025. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson.
Thanks, Yolanda. We do apologize for the sound difficulties at the top of our newscast. In other news, the Grand Bahama Port Authority has extended its $1 million road improvement project that launched back in May of this year. Officials say they are selecting locations using their road managing system. Simone Davis has the story.
Yes, it's now $1.5 million to be able to complete these 6 additional roads.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority is now increasing its investment into the roadworks project, which initially cost $1.1 million to now $1.5 million. While conducting repairs to the roads on Gambler Drive, Deputy Director of Building and Development Services at GBPA, Troy McIntosh, noted that the extension of this project followed road assessments, which indicated that more work needed to be done, and GBPA is committed to repairing these areas.
When you think of roads that are one, we're standing on one, which is Gambler Highway. You see the alligator cracks. You see the number of patching that happens on that particular road, and it rides rough. We look at rideability. How smoothly does that road ride? Is 90% of that road riding rough? Is it failing? Is it the surface failing, meaning the surface is more than 43 years old, and we could determine that based on what we're seeing and try to prioritize those roads.
Phase 1 of this project began back in May, and the first roads to be prepared were the Fishing Hole Road, the roundabout at the West Atlantic and Adventures Way, and the roundabout at the West Atlantic Drive at the Raven Mall. Beachway Drive, Bahama Reef Boulevard, Pioneers Way, Waterfall Drive, Tarrytown Street, and the Grand Bahama Highway were also repaired. The Deputy Director said the City Maintenance and Management section of the GBPA has added several roads in the Hawksbill area to the list.
So the first one would have been Sergeant Major North, which is by the fire station heading into the Humanwood subdivision. This is number 2, which is Gambler, a short piece, but I believe the motorists that traverse this during the school period would be quite excited about it. And then the other 4 are all in Hawksbill. So Bimini Place, Inagua, Acklins, and Rum Key. They would all be fully upgraded. 2 of those are full reconstruction, which means we're removing the entire asphalt surface, repairing the base, leveling the base, and then repaving.
McIntosh also revealed several other initiatives that the GBPA is heading as it relates to city maintenance and management.
We're currently working on Goombay Park, Conquering Fish area to upgrade that, lighting as well in that area. And so there's quite a number of projects we're slated for 22-23. And so, we're excited about it.
Motorists are asked to drive with due care and attention while road work is underway for the specified areas. The GBPA will continue to provide updates to their social media pages. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Aeropost Bahamas breaking ground in the nation's second city. The e-commerce marketplace has already unveiled its main hub at the Regent Center on West Explorers Way. It is a customer-centric company with a mission to make shopping simple as it offers customers millions of products in an online catalog. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and CFO of the Port Authority, Deanne Seymour, welcoming the new addition to the GB business community.
This launch today actually fully aligns with our mandates and our market positioning. I'm also delighted to know that Aeropost is a customer-centric company with a mission to make shopping simple. It is wonderful that in addition to brick-and-mortar locations that provide convenient, oversized package pickup, Aeropost Bahamas will roll out a sleek, cutting-edge, and secure online shopping interface. And so I'm excited to have you here on Grand Bahama Island in this capacity, continuing to do your part to move not just our island forward, but other islands in the Bahamas.
GBPA is truly excited to see new innovative businesses using technology to provide efficient services to Grand Bahamians and by extension, providing badly needed jobs that bolster the economy. Therefore, we warmly welcome you and look forward to your company becoming a key player in the revitalization, redevelopment, and expansion of the local and overall national economy.
Aeropost has a well-established presence in over 38 countries and territories in the Caribbean, as well as Central and Latin America. Launched in New Providence in November of last year, the company aims to bring a simple way to shop and access products. Aeropost's Chief Executive Officer is Gershon Major.
This means all prices listed in our catalog are inclusive of customs duty, VAT, shipping, and delivery costs. When you go onto Aeropost and you get one fully landed price, the only thing to think about at that point is when and where to collect. And we've made that even more convenient for you through our Smart Locker network, that you can commute from home, from work, from church, from the gym, at your leisure. And that adds an additional value of convenience.
Well, it was a night of fun and live entertainment at the Port Lakaya Marketplace on Sunday, July 10th, as residents and visitors all gathered in the square to celebrate the country's 49th year of independence. The Deputy Prime Minister, I. Chester Cooper, along with the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, were front and center to witness the festivities of the night. Our Simone Davis was there and captured all the fun in this report.
While giving brief remarks at the independence celebration in the Port Lakaya Square, the Grand Bahama Minister, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, emphasizing that collaboration is key as we recover, rebuild, and revolutionize Grand Bahama, noting that we should always remember those who paved the way.
49 years as a sovereign nation is worthy of celebration. These independence celebrations are very special to us as we continue to exemplify what makes us authentically Bahamian. We have much to be thankful for. I extend greetings to all of you here tonight, residents and visitors alike. This is one beautiful sovereign nation.
The Deputy Prime Minister echoing those sentiments, adding that the evening was a celebration of pride and Grand Bahama residents should look forward to the great developments happening on the island.
We want to ensure that, like Senator Randy pointed out, that when we get the economy of Grand Bahama going, that we will feel it throughout the economy at all levels. And that is our mission, and that is what we will do.
The crowd enjoyed live performances by Lil Joe and the Trouble Band, the Bahamas Dance Theater, and a fire dance and limbo segment that brought visitors and residents together.
Surely I'm proud to be Bahamian, and I think the theme this year is very fitting. I'm proud to be Bahamian, and I'm here in Port Lucaya Marketplace, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly, enjoying the dancing, enjoying the limbo, enjoying the band especially.
It is a wonderful celebration, and I'd like to wish everyone from the Bahamas a happy Independence Day. I've really been enjoying it. First time I've been here for that.
And there were those who were celebrating more than just independence.
After 3 years of the pandemic, I needed to get out of the house. And this was an excuse to get some air, you know, and just enjoy myself with my fellow Bahamians.
The night ended with explosive fireworks at 11 o'clock and a Junkanoo rush out. While it was a grand celebration at the Port Lucaya Marketplace, Minister Moxie said this independence season should inspire Bahamians to work together to make Grand Bahama grand again. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
What an awesome night. Well, residents taking to social media raving about the events in celebration of independence. Aja Kwan takes a look.
It all went down on Grand Bahama, starting with a Junkanoo rush out in 8 Mile Rock and concluded on the other end of the island in Pelican Point with a coconut festival. Residents taking to social media today expressing that this has been one of the best weekends in Grand Bahama that they have seen in a very long time. Grand Bahamians are excitedly expressing their experience this 49th Independence with a weekend of events. One person commending the Minister for Grand Bahama, saying only a woman could turn a piece of coal into a diamond. Minister Ginger Moxie, Grand Bahama looks hopeful. Another Grand Bahamian weighing in that Grand Bahama came alive this holiday weekend from east to the west. The often used statement, "there is nothing to do," certainly did not apply. Grand life. Meanwhile, our ZNS News team also catching up with a Grand Bahamian who lives abroad. Daphne Pierre says she traveled home to experience the long-awaited celebration.
I feel that we're taking everyone's in good spirits now, so I feel like it's a good step in a good direction. That means that we're progressing and people are kind of slowly moving into a better space, because Dorian happened and then COVID, so I feel like that was a lot on the island, and now people are like encouraged.
The comments continued flooding social media timelines, as one person expressing that this has been the best weekend they have experienced in Grand Bahama in a long time. It later reads, "I'm hopeful that Grand Bahama is getting its magic back." Now, Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, also on social media responding to the positive feedback. "It's Grand Bahama time, let's do this together." Meanwhile, Grand Bahamians are saying that they can feel the grand in Grand Bahama again, and they anxiously await what the 50th anniversary celebrations will look like. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Kwant.
Well, thanks, Aja. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news after this break.
Come on down to Dolly Madison and get your hurricane supplies before it's too late. Don't let supply chain issues cause you to miss out on hurricane supplies you need. Come on down. Now.
Nowadays, tiles trend like fashion, and Grand Bahama Tiles leads the way with trendy and classic styles from North and South America, Europe, and Asia. Imagine your home with natural stone, elegant marble, sleek porcelain, earthy granite, or slate. Grand Bahama Tiles has it all. They even export to the Family Islands. Maybe it's time to update your style, get the look, and transform your space with the latest tiles trending at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Bahamas Faith Ministries Freeport invites you to a Rise Worship Conference, Saturday, July 16th at 10 a.m. Purchase tickets at the church office, Lucayan Shopping Plaza, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Because I was hearing and feeling the pain of families that had missing family members.
7 years. That's how long it took for a person who was considered missing to be declared dead, which means that's how long it took for the families of those victims to have some sort of emotional, psychological, and financial closure. Nearly 3 years after Hurricane Dorian, some families of those victims still found no relief until the Davis-Cooper administration amended the Evidence Act in 2022.
Dorian is due now for me, and the 2 years has passed, so this takes effect today.
I'm Simone Davis, and I invite you to join us as we take a deeper dive into the Evidence Act 2022 and how this historic piece of legislation will change the lives of many Bahamians.
We are there for the people, and we say we're there for the people, then work on behalf of the people.
If I had given up, those persons that have to go and collect their insurance money and who can move on with their life, they possibly would have not been in a position to do so. The bill has, like I said, it gave us some clear path to how these children are going to be taken care of.
#1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Tonight, a mother of 7 is pleading for medical assistance. She was diagnosed with breast cancer last year, and following a recent biopsy back in March, she was left with a fractured spine. She is now in need of a back brace so she can begin her journey to recovery. Simone Davis has her story.
This is the home where 42-year-old Shanara Garvey lives with 4 of her 7 children. Shanara was diagnosed with breast cancer last year. She went to the clinic for a biopsy in March of this year, and she said she walked into the clinic feeling fine, only to leave in excruciating pain in her upper back.
The pain in my back was so bad till they had to send me back to the ER. When I went to the ER to take a CAT scan, they told me I had a fractured spine. How I got a fractured spine if I didn't walk in there with a fractured spine.
Shanara says she won her first battle with breast cancer several years ago, so when she was diagnosed again last year, she assumed she would defeat the disease once again. However, to her dismay, the cancer returned, and even more aggressive than before.
The second biopsy came out that I have cancer. But how am I going to get some help? Just keep going to the clinic. You keep going. I need some help. I have 4 little babies depending on me. And this is what they did to me.
The single mother of 7 says she's been bedridden since her doctor's visit back in March. It is now a struggle for her to do simple things like walk, take a bath, comb her hair, and care for her children.
I can't stand up. I can't lay down. I can't do nothing. I can't even fix my hair. And in constant pain. I try calling everybody to help, and I can't get no help. They just keep giving me pain medication.
Doctors say Shannara now needs a back brace for her fractured spine, which costs some $500.
I'm supposed to get a port for the chemo treatment, but I keep going back. That's what it's like now the breast isn't important anymore. The back is. I walk in there for one problem and came out with two.
Shannara says this would be the first step in her road to recovery because once she's able to walk again, then she can focus on the necessary treatments for her breast cancer. If you would like to assist with her medical costs, you can make a deposit to her account at the Bank of the Bahamas, account number 551-008-3912. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Thanks so much, Simone. And now it's time for your Tuesday evening sports report with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. It was a busy holiday weekend in sports. Let's begin with flag football at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Grand Bahama Flag Football League playoff action at the Sports Complex this past Sunday. It was win or go home for all 6 teams competing. In the women's game between Zero Tolerance and Deja Vu, Zero Tolerance got on the board first with this running touchdown all the way in the end zone to take this one 9-0 to advance to the championship game. Moving along on the men's side, Zero Tolerance men going up against Sky's the Limit Rock Boys. Quarterback Lawrence Wood finds the open man for a first down completion. Woods was not done yet as he continued to move the chains to lead his team to a 12-7 victory over the Rock Boys. The final game of the day was between league-leading Three Links Boys and the Container Port Stackers. The Stackers managed to put up a good fight early on, but it was not enough as Three Links defense was too much, holding the Stackers to just 14 points. Next week's championship games will be between Zero Tolerance and L-Net on the women's side. In men's action, the top-seeded Three Links Boys will match up against Zero Tolerance in the men's championship game. Switching gears now, the Fortune Hills Men's Golf Association and Bahamas Golf Federation Independence Day Tournament, sponsored by Singard Services, also played this weekend at the Grand Lucayan Reef Golf Course. After a long day on the golf course, Team Exuma won the net title with a score of 287. Team Abaco came in second with a 300 score. The Stableford champions, Team Eleuthera with 141 points. Team Grand Bahama second with 134 total points. Greg Bow had the longest drive of the tournament. Jensen Cooper, the straight drive. The closest to the pin awards went to Tony Cooper, Greg Bow, Hanford Bain, and Paul Bow. Overall, 45 players opened the Independence Day tournament with a prayer and the singing of the national anthem, with a special thank you to the staff of the Reef Golf Course in making the 49th anniversary golf tournament a success. And finally, in sports, Team Bahamas won the championship in both the 16U and 12U age group at the Babe Ruth Caribbean Invitational Championship in New Providence this weekend. Grand Bahamas Crashard C.J. Thompson was clutch for Team Bahamas in the 12U championship game versus Cuba, leading them to a 3-blank victory. That's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Freeport, a night you've all been waiting for. It's Old School Sunday at Buddy Buckets, each and every Sunday starting at 7 p.m. Come and party at Buddy Buckets in the R&B and C Plaza, Call Road.
Try to learn, trying to get better. Don't look at everybody being here. Try to learn from the coaches, learn from us.
Grand Bahama, get ready for the 7th annual Buddy Heal Camp and Clinic. Just jump July 27 to July 29, 2022 at Jack Hayward High Gymnasium, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Guest speakers, prizes, and scholarships. There will be giveaways on Saturday, July 30th at the Rock Plaza 8 Mile Rock Shopping Center, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't miss it.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate.
Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Are you tired, overweight, having trouble sticking to your health and fitness goals? Well, look no further. The Fitness Connection has teamed up with Z&S to bring you Health Bites. This and every Thursday, tune in, and we'll make sure you get on track and stay on track with your health and fitness goals. Tune in.
She looking her lips and moving them hips like coming, baby. I wanna take it down now.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Nell Woods-Bow, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and we appreciate your support. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Have a safe and wonderful evening. We do invite you to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
In the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, a roadmap for the country's future development. Juvenile vaccines days off. Concern over possible COVID spike. And Gardner pulls out of World Championships. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapindo. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with news from the Ministry of Health, who's reporting a positive case of imported malaria being confirmed in New Providence today. The patient affected is a Bahamian male in his mid-30s who traveled to West Africa. He's receiving treatment in a private facility and a full recovery is expected. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has activated its contact tracing and surveillance teams and will provide updates to the public should they become necessary. Health officials advising residents, though, to adhere to vector control protocols which diminish catchment areas where mosquito larvae can grow. The health statement concluding that malaria is not endemic to the Bahamas and the last reported case of local transmission was more than 10 years ago. In other news this evening, the country's top policymaker tonight addressing the issue of the National Development Plan during the University of the Bahamas' lecture series. The plan, talked about for years, includes a comprehensive policy framework aimed at guiding the government's decision-making and investment over the next 25 years. We go live now to our Desmond Saunders at UB.
Pleasant good evening, Bahamas, and a pleasant good evening to you, Makusla. I'm coming to you live from the Performing Arts Auditorium here at the University of the Bahamas. Actually, the Performing Arts Center here at the Kever Bethel building of the University of the Bahamas. The university putting on its distinguished lecture series. In just a few minutes, the nation's chief, Prime Minister of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Davis, will address this body. As you can see, the room is filling up quite quickly. A number of persons are making their way right here, making their attendance right here at this auditorium Auditorium here at the Keva Bethel Building, the University of the Bahamas. And the nation's chief expected to speak on the National Development Plan. He will bring remarks here this evening. As you're aware, Makusla, successive governments talked about this National Development Plan. It's a document that has been in the works for several years, and so the Prime Minister expected to speak about this National Development Plan. Joining me on the broadcast this evening, I have the chairman, or the chairperson of the Board of Trustees here at the University of the Bahamas. Good evening and a pleasant evening to you. So refreshing to see you. Alison Gibson joining us on the broadcast this evening. Speak about the theme, the focus of the National Development Plan. Why the focus of this plan?
Well, this, as you have indicated, this is the first time that a Prime Minister has spoken publicly in this way about the National Development Plan since it has been promulgated. Promoting national development is a part of the mandate, the statutory mandate of the University of the Bahamas. So we're just thrilled that the Prime Minister has chosen our campus, the Keva Bethel building in the old GHS, to speak about the National Development Plan. And it's going to be, as you said, it was worked on by a wide cross-section of people, by a board that was chaired by Felix Stubbs, and people from a wide cross-section of society were consulted. Many islands were consulted, and this is a plan that has tremendous buy-in. And so again, here at the University of the Bahamas, that is responsible also to promote national development, we're looking forward to doing all that we can to promote aspects of this development plan in our curriculum, in our research projects, to make sure our students are aware of their role in national development, of all of the opportunities that exist for them, and to have Bahamians participate, especially young Bahamians, our future, actively participate in all of the things that the PM is going to say this evening about national development. What is our role? This is Independence time. Every Bahamian has a role to play in national development.
Let's see, Alison Maynard Gibson joining me on the broadcast, head of the Board of the Trustees here at the University of the Bahamas. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to give you an idea of the program here this evening. And the program, they're expected to kick off at about 8 o'clock, I believe, or 7:30, I'm told. Shivago Lang, who's the Executive Director for Government and Public Policy Institute here at the university, well, he's the moderator. He will be guiding the session here this evening. The opening prayer, Natasha Williamson, Administrative Assistant here at the University of the Bahamas. And we'll also hear from the current president of the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Rodney D. Smith. He will be bringing remarks. And then the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, bringing remarks and speaking about this National Development Plan. We will keep our pulse on what's happening here. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, thanks, Desmond. In the next few days, Prime Minister Davis will join his colleague, Mark Anthony Phillips, the Prime Minister and First Vice President of Guyana, in delivering the keynote addresses to Canto's 37th Annual Conference and Trade Exhibition in Miami, Florida. The in-person event returns following a 2-year hiatus. This year's theme will focus on the future of connectivity across the region. Now, regional heads of state, heads of government, along with regulators, telecom operators and stakeholders will then discuss global trends, best practices, and forge new alliances. Headline sponsor for the 4-day event is C&W Communications, operators of Flow Business, C&W Business, and BTC brands throughout the Caribbean. Canto is a non-profit association made up of operators, organizations, companies, and individuals in the information and communications technology sector. It advocates for policies, legislation, and rules. In other news, after much wait, COVID-19 vaccine doses for a young segment of the population left in limbo could be in country before month's end. The Minister of Health gives us the timeline in this report from our Cleopatra Murphy.
24,000 doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for children in the 5 to 11 age group will be in country during the week of July 25th as health officials move to secure those vaccines ahead of the new academic year.
So we've been working extremely hard. Last week, I think we finalized all of the challenges that was hindering us to get the vaccine in the country, and I'm pleased to report to the Bahamian people as of the week of July the 25th, we anticipate the vaccines will be in in country, the pediatric doses.
Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, giving the update ahead of the weekly cabinet meeting. It was just last month that he announced that government had negotiated access to the vaccine with a subsidiary of the World Health Organization. This following months of attempting to secure the vaccines. With the FDA recently giving emergency use approval for Pfizer for children 6 months to 4 years old, Darville says the plan is also to secure those doses.
We're looking at doses for juvenile vaccines as well. It's important for us to follow what is going on in the world and to implement the same protocols in the country. So with that news, we already started the process to see if we can get the juvenile vaccines into the country as well.
According to a CNN report, up to March, unvaccinated people under 5 were 10 times more at risk of dying compared to those who had their primary series of COVID-19 vaccine doses. Of some 2 million child cases in the U.S., there had been 200 deaths and 20,000 hospitalizations up to mid-June. In the Bahamas, a 13-day-old boy and a 5-month-old girl have fallen casualty to the virus. The arrival of pediatric doses come as the new Omicron COVID-19 subvariant BA.5 has become the dominant strain in the U.S. President of the Consultant Physician Staff Association, Dr. Sabrika Pinder-Butler, recommends parents on the fence about their children getting vaccinated consult their child's doctor. Speaking generally, she holds firm that vaccines save lives.
We have seen that persons who have been vaccinated, if they do develop COVID, tend to have milder disease in general. And I want to also remind us to, those things are still very, very important.
While Darville previously said vaccination numbers among the 12 to 17 age group could be better, Pinder-Butler has suggested the government move its vaccination campaign to school campuses. To date, 168,994 people in total have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 in the country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, as parents prepare to arm their younger children against COVID, the latest COVID vaccine tracker shows that a total of 353,792 doses have been administered. Some 158,000 plus people have at least received one dose, that excluding Johnson & Johnson, while over 168,000 are now fully vaccinated. By island, 262,912 people have gotten the vaccine, 118,823 of whom are completely vaxxed. In Grand Bahama, 21,911 have gotten 2 shots, with 47,224 with 1 vaccine shot. Eleuthera maintains its lead among the Family Islands with a total of 10,375 vaccines administered. Some 5,823 of its residents are fully vaccinated. These totals include Bahamians and residents vaccinated abroad and registered on the vax.gov.bs platform. Well, not only has local COVID hospitalizations decreased overnight, but so has the number of people on the intensive care unit being treated for the illness. The July 11th dashboard putting that count to 0. That day also saw some 12 new infections, 10 on New Providence and 1 each on Grand Bahama and Abaco. As for active cases and recoveries, at last count, that was at 494 and 44 respectively. Meantime, the public health care system is preparing for a spike in COVID-19 cases in the aftermath of the Independence holiday weekend. And this as Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. the Honorable Michael Darville, expressing concern over a lack of adherence to some protocols. Of note, the recent Independence Junkanoo parade, which he addressed, adding that emergency facilities are being prepared.
What's different with this parade? This was the People's Junkanoo Parade. There was no barriers. There was nothing really in place. It was really individuals just having fun. With our parades that come in Christmas and New Year's, it's properly structured. We have seating capacity. We have barricades. And we're looking at it because if the cases in the country begin to rise, we would have to execute some additional protocols. Let's hope and pray that we hold where we are today.
Now, as indicated, local COVID hospitalizations in the country stand at 51. Darville is hopeful there will be no need for additional ICU, but he also acknowledged it is not his ministry's responsibility to enforce the protocols.
In the event that our Junkanoo celebrations in the Christmas and New Year's need additional protocols, we will make those recommendations, and we will work very closely with the Ministry of National Security and our COVID police to make sure that we're able to adhere a bit more to the rules and regulations that are laid down by the ministry. But I want to make it clear that it's not the Ministry of Health that is responsible for enforcing the rules. We make the rules. It's
the COVID-19 enforcement unit's still in operation, according to Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro. Behind his comments, the concern that social distancing protocols may not have been followed during Independence festivities this past weekend.
They're still funded. I think outdoor events, there is no mask mandate. The social distancing matters ought to be a matter for COVID enforcement. I've seen personally only the video of a stabbing, and there was curiously social distancing for that. Now that could be because of what was happening. But the COVID enforcement unit is still active. I receive reports from Assistant Commissioner of Police Dames at least 2-3 times a week about their activities.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
When we talk about Bahamians, we talk about a diverse people with very different dreams and goals. What we have in common, what makes us truly Bahamian in our hearts and in our souls, is our love of this beautiful country, our faith in the Almighty God, and our unshakable belief that we are each our brother's keeper. Happy anniversary of independence, Bahamas. From your family at Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them.
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
They say that when it hits you. A feeling so strong that it's impossible not to give into. A juicy piece of KFC to feel elevated by the aroma and to free fall into its exciting flavor. Some call it love, attraction, desire. We call it KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
To think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
A police officer is home recovering after being injured while saving a young man from an attack during Monday morning's Junkanoo parade. Police say a 29-year-old man was stabbed by a group of men in the area of Bay and Frederick Streets shortly before 7 a.m. At last report, he was in hospital in stable condition. National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, shares more on the condition of the responding officer.
I'm told that Chief Superintendent Hines, who is actually assigned, I think he's officer assigned to the police tribunal, was on duty, intervened to stop the young man being murdered. He himself was injured. I think officers over the rank of ASP are routinely armed, so the public can be aware that officers do put their lives at risk for them, as this is a clear example of it, and do exercise judgment in the use and discharge of their firearm. My report was that he received, I think it's 10 stitches, and he got days off work. Don't hold me exactly to the number of stitches, but it was a matter of him being stitched and given time off work. And he is a very high ranking officer, but they get down in the trenches as well.
The Court of Appeal upholds the conviction and sentence of appellant Timothy Cole. Cole was sentenced to more than 3 decades behind bars for the murder and armed robbery of Inspector Carlos Blatch, then aide-de-camp to former Governor General Dame Marguerite Pinley. The inspector was gunned down while waiting outside the H.O. Nash Junior High School back in 2018. Last year, Cole wrote to the High Court seeking to appeal his convictions and sentences. He also requested an extension of time in which to appeal. After hearing from both sides, the panel refused Cole's application and affirmed his convictions and sentences. This after the court found that Cole's proposed grounds of appeal did not have any prospects of success, and that his attempt to appeal was no more than a cynical ploy to game the system. Well, more than 150 hearing-impaired Americans are vacationing in the Bahamas. The group who arrived in New Providence last week are staying at Super Club's Breezers, where ZNS News caught up with many either lounging around or taking a dip in the pool. Representative for the Commission for Persons with Disabilities, Annette Lund, says significant effort on the Ministry of Social Services end went into ensuring the group felt welcome from the moment they arrived on the island.
And our minister, his intent was to have us interact. We met them at the airport for 2 days when they arrived. We took them through the immigration processing. We took them through the customs. They went straight through. They felt like they just felt so special and so comfortable seeing us signing with them on their arrival here, first time. Some of them first time in the Bahamas, and they were just so excited and happy to have us, myself as an interpreter. Also, I have some of my colleagues. I have one of my co-workers, Donaldo Henfield, as well as I have some local deaf persons, just to interact and just show our hospitality in the Bahamas.
Lund says the travel agency plans annual vacations for the hearing impaired, and the Bahamas was selected as the vacation spot this year. She says the Ministry of Social Services also worked to ensure the hotel was an inclusive environment for the large group.
I had 3 days of training with the staff here at the Breezes Hotel, training the staff like basic sign language so that when they arrive they can say, "Hello, my name is," or say, "Oh, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Enjoy your stay here in the Bahamas." And I taught them some numbers, say, "Your room number is 157," or whatever, just basically so when they arrive, the front desk could feel, when they arrive at the front desk, they could feel, just excited to see the staff signing with them. So they were thrilled about that, as well as the workers in the restaurants.
The Bahamas Tonight returns after this break.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you.
That's why Summit Insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
Buy Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna sausages, and you could be one of 7 lucky winners to receive cash prizes up to $1,000. Take your receipts to Pritchard's on Robinson Road and enter today.
Now is the time to start living the life you've always dreamed of. Purchase that new car. Consolidate debt. Make your house a home, or switch your mortgage to lower your monthly payments. And BOB will be with you every step of the way to help you live your very best life. With the lowest consumer loan rates in the country, we are BOB, your bank of solutions.
On your marks.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
An evening of glitz and glamour as many turned out last evening to cap off independence celebrations with a state reception at the Bahama Convention Center. Custom-made gowns, elaborate arrangements, great entertainment and food making the night memorable. The evening's highlight, the cutting of the independence cake bearing the national colors and the numbers 4 and 9. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, his wife and other dignitaries sharing in the moment. Well, the country's powerhouse neighbor to the north, the United States, extending fondest wishes to the Bahamas on its 49th independence. In a diplomatic note to Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius Smith, U.S. President Joseph Biden acknowledged the warm and sincere relationship the two countries have long enjoyed. And this despite facing challenging times as both fight to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as address food and energy insecurities. There's also the joint effort to defend an international order increasingly under threat to promote regional security, further human rights and democratic norms. President Biden says he looks forward to continuing that collaboration in addition to promoting mutual economic prosperity, climate adaptation and resilience, and a transition to clean energy future. Well, warm and friendly congratulations also coming from the people of Barbados, whose president, Dame Sandra Mason, assured the Bahamas of highest consideration and best wishes. With similar greetings was the foreign minister of the Maldives, Abdullah Shahid, who in his message expressed hope of strengthening the bilateral ties between the countries, especially increasing joint action in addressing the special vulnerabilities faced by small island developing states, or SIDS. Meantime, Junkanoo icons getting their due reward during the Independence People's Rush. Charles Fisher has the details.
Under the theme, honoring our own, 5 icons from young to old were honored. The only female in the group, Krista Bodine, started her Junkanoo career from way back in the late 80s as part of the Shell Saxon Superstars, having moved her way up through the ranks.
I'm humble, I'm excited, you know, this is a groundbreaking thing once again, and I thank the organization for recognizing all of us.
He started off with the Music Makers, then eventually helped start the fun group Sting, Gary Super Johnson.
It's always a good thing to be honored, you know, and to be congratulated for the work you've done over the past 50 years in Junkanoo, man. It's a thrill, you know, and I was so surprised when they called me, man. You know, when your peers recognize you, and you know you have done major contribution.
Born and raised in the Valley, and once their lead banner boy, Tyrone Zapp Peterson.
It's a pleasure, and thank God for the honors that are being bestowed on me at this particular time. Thank God for my family, my friends, and God bless the Valley Boys, and God bless the Bahamas. And thank the Bahamian people very much, as well as the Junkanoos. Let's go! Who are we?
Gerald Boy Lotmore has rushed with just about every group, but honored now as a pioneer in the individual division.
I feel so happy. Why? Because let me tell you, my old lady, God bless her dead, used to beat me to tell me turn the lamp down and go to bed. So now that she gone, I feel extra happy to know I didn't put in 55 years. So I'm proud.
And last but not least, the youngest of the group, one of the best costume designers in the country, Teran Bappy Davis.
A lot of people ask me, how come you're so young getting honored? And, you know, I tell them, you know, when you put in a lot of work and a lot of effort and time, somebody will be looking and paying attention. But at the same time, I could tell you, I could call 100 names of who could be honored and be in this part at this time, but just thankful to God that it made it possible.
Great display of cultural achievement. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, speaking of Junkanoo, the halls of the Ivy Dumont building on Thompson Boulevard transformed into a local Junkanoo showcase. Desmond Saunders tells us that the spectacular designs, just one of many creations to culture to the world.
It's a project that's garnering a lot of buzz in the local cultural community. After months of sweat and tears, local creative duos Carlos Bain and Mario Smith have teamed up to create a miniature Junkanoo collection, complete with the art and feel of the popular Bahamian festival.
Right now we have the Rush collection going on. It's like a Junkanoo, a full Junkanoo group in miniature form, where you can view from the banner go straight down to the lead costume. It's depicting Africa. It's really giving everyone a Junkanoo experience rather than being outdoors on Bay Street. So you could really look at it in a studio form.
Carlos Bain, that's doing the French painting, and he helped me design with some of the design aspects of this parade. And yes, I designed it all in Las Vegas, packed it up in suitcases, and brought it here.
Officials at the Ministry of Culture have been the guiding force behind the project. Senior Cultural Affairs Officer at the Department of Culture, Synovia Pierre, and the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bullock.
Mario, believe it or not, came to us a couple years ago when we were doing the first digital festival for National Arts Festival. Somebody sent him a link and he reached out to me and he said, hey, you know, I'm in Las Vegas, but I want to enter this festival because I'm into Junkanoo art. And I was like, well, send me something. And when he said it, I was like, wow.
We got open arms to make sure that they do it right here and the Ministry of Culture.
Pierre says a Junkanoo artist design provides a spark for the economic engine of the popular festival.
Carlos Carlos does the fringe Junkanoo artwork. Mario does the models and the miniatures, and he's going to take the ideas of builders and designers and just make miniatures of them, and they would get the royalties from it.
The artists now taking their new designs to the world. Both Mario and Carlos already drawing top global brands and creators to market their masterful pieces.
We're working with the Junkanoo project so that we can help elevate and distribute the work throughout the world. We have the largest digital creator collective.
We realized there was a tremendous opportunity to collaborate and be able to bring the rich heritage of Junkanoo from Web 2 into the Web 3.
A costly undertaking. Both men hope to create a legacy for the next generation.
Believe in your dreams. Stay true to who you are. Stay authentic.
It's expensive because you're dealing with the materials, but I think it's the passion and the love that carry us through it.
Desmond Saunders for the Bahamas Tonight.
Well, not to be outdone, Acklins residents commemorated this year's independence with a few events of their own. Lloyd Allen has the story.
Acklins heading into the 49th Independence celebrations with quite a number of activities on its itinerary, among them a basketball competition that pulled in youngsters from Lovely Bay to Salina Point. International Bahamian basketball player Zane Knowles shares his experience.
My grandmother grew up here in Norahana, and they asked me like a month ago, it still isn't my season, if I could come on and do it. I agreed to it. And so far, man, I'm enjoying it, soaking in everything. Acklins very different from the other family islands I went to, and the kids, it means a lot to me because they heard I was coming, and they painted the court, put up new nets.
Also a message delivered on behalf of the country's Governor General, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius A. Smith.
The theme for this year, celebrations, proud to be a Bahamian. It is most appropriate in so much as it designed to awaken in all of us as a renewed spirit of pride, loyalty, and patriotism.
And a proud former member of Parliament for the area, V. Alfred Gray, says this year's celebration was one of the best in recent memory.
I had been around for a long time. I hadn't always been in Acklins during independence. But to see what has happened over the last couple of months to make this independence what it seemed to have been, I am really grateful.
As the flag was hoisted, residents expressed joy and fulfillment, reminiscing on the past and looking to the future with optimism.
I'm here and I'm alive, eh? God is good.
And now that we are independent, it's better for us to, get used to being independent because we relied on many people before.
I'm thankful to be alive and still in good health. And God has brought the Bahamas from a mighty long way.
I'm proud that, we can now, as a nation, move forward. I can see the progress even in Acklins.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Nassau. How y'all doing? You should have been in Acklins tonight. We had a great time. We still having a good time.
The island's independence celebrations was also marked with an ecumenical service at Joshua Kingdom Ministries. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Buy Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna sausages, and you could be one of 7 lucky winners to receive cash prizes up to $1,000. Take your receipts to Pritchard's on Robinson Road and enter today.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Shell
Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
We elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate,
BTC has a long tradition of providing quality service to our customers. As the nation's premier communications provider with more than a century of experience under our belts, our company relies heavily on its team members for its successes.
My journey with BTC has been what I guess some would consider to be rather long. And I actually started as an installation technician that's outside in the field. So whatever it took to install a phone, that was the team I was assigned to. I was not among the first set of women in the field, though. But no, it wasn't that many. I can call some names like Ramona Taylor, Pat Dean, some of the others, but those two most definitely stand out. And Ramona's actually still here with us. For my career, I must admit that I moved around quite a bit in the company. Wherever there was an opportunity that I saw for improvement or advancement, I took it. Self-motivation. That I get up understanding the job that I have. I actually do enjoy it the most. My children would like to say I like to be the boss. And the job that I have, I do get to interact with a lot of persons, and for to get things done, it sometimes takes a lot of pushing and poking and prodding. So yeah, I think I'm kind of well suited for the job that I now have.
For a company with as rich a history as ours, it's great to have team members who are with us every step of the way. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corbell Pyform. Be well and be back here. Next, BTC Connection.
A close call for one passenger aboard Carnival's Liberty cruise ship. CruiseHive.com's reporting that during a port of call in Bimini on Sunday, July 10th, the passenger fell off the pier. Luckily, fellow passengers, the ship's deck crew, and security staffers came to the rescue. In an online video, two guests are seen holding a life ring, trying to bring the man, seemingly unable to swim, to safety. Another man eventually jumps in the water to assist, the incident prompting the reminder that piers are dangerous places. From Bimini, we hop on over to Chub Key, where 4 people had a similar scare after a 25-meter motor yacht, believed to be the popular Ferretti 830 model, is believed to have submerged. The pictures posted on social media to warn fellow boaters of the hazard. Reports are that the vessel struck a reef in a shallow area of Chub Key and began to sink. 4 people were rescued, no one believed to be injured. And the official Cascarilla Festival makes a return to its home island of Acklins. Our Lloyd Allen was there and filed this report.
Dozens of residents coming in from the north and south to support an initiative that's intended to increase economic activity throughout this island.
Please allow me again to extend a hearty congratulations to the Cascarilla Heritage and Festival Committee for having the wisdom and foresight to organize a festival such as this.
Residents and visitors converging for the launch of this cultural treasure now in its second year. Executive Chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation, Leroy Major, shares plans to further bolster economic activity for the island with more than 105 acres allotted to create a first-of-its-kind Cascarilla farm.
As the person appointed by the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, to oversee the growth and development of industry in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas through BAIC. I am here now to help.
Bringing remarks on behalf of Minister of Tourism Executive Director Karen Seymour.
Authentic heritage festivals like the Cascarilla Festival are exactly what our visitors are hoping to experience when they come to the islands of the Bahamas. And now that we've experienced it for ourselves firsthand, we're looking forward to working with you on continued growth in the future.
Festival chairman and vendor Anita Colley-Verdesia says every effort was made to offer patrons a taste of Acklins.
Well, we have about 15 vendors on the ground here today, and we have 10 booths, and they're all filled. We have health vendors. We have people selling any and everything, down to baked crab, chicken, fish, conch, the whole 9 yards are here.
She says Cascarilla is authentically Acklins and deserves his place as a local industry. Another vendor, Florence Ferguson, produces her homegrown coconut oil through her business, Island Secrets.
My business is a growing business, and it's a home-based business, and I produce everything Bahamian.
Others, like Hazel Bullard, also offering food and drinks indigenous to the island. A host of games on site for the children and entertainment from the likes of Sweet Emily all weekend, as the residents plan to make the 3-day event a fixture on the island's social calendar. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. Another hot day around the islands today, but currently outside of our studios, we're under mostly cloudy skies, temperature at 86 degrees, relative humidity 78%. We have southerly winds at 9 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,016.6 millibars, that's 30.03 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 87 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Key in Abaco, Marsh Abaco at 86 degrees. The Berry Islands, 88, also Alistown, Bimini, 88 degrees, 88 also in Harbour Island. Roxanne, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp Space, St. Andrews, 86 degrees, 86 also in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Artistown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, 88, 87 in Georgetown, Exuma, 87s in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and the Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Miguana, 86, Acklins, Matthewtown, Inagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, also reported 86 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern islands tonight, the winds are going to be southerly at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet, high tide at 7:33 this evening. In the central Bahamas, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4. And for the southeast Bahamas, east to southeast winds a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. Caution flags in place for the southeast Bahamas tonight. And then tomorrow, Wednesday through Thursday, the winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. High tide will take place at 8:27 in the evening. Another high tide at 8:48 tomorrow morning. Now for the southeast Bahamas through Thursday, southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots, wave height 3 to 6 feet. Maintaining that caution flag for the southeast Bahamas. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Rolly gray, your boat needed filling out. Yeah, the sailor man sound. You wanna go to heaven, but
and that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
A census determines the total number of people living in a country. Our census is currently being conducted throughout the islands of the Bahamas. I plan to participate. You should too.
We want everybody on every island, regardless of your age or nationality, to be counted.
And if they ain't been to your door yet, they're gonna be there soon. I know we can get counted in this census, so don't let them miss you.
The data collected in the census is used by the government to make all kinds of important decisions for the future of our country. I'll be participating. You should too.
When the census workers were in my area, I had the option whether to do it face-to-face or on my cell phone. I participated. So should you.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute needs nationwide participation. The census will be conducted until the end of August. Remember, when it's your turn, the count depends on you.
ISL Bahamas is a software development company. We provide payroll software and services for over 500 companies. Using ISL Payroll, our clients are able to produce accurate and timely national insurance contribution statements for posting to their NIB accounts. The beauty in NIB's employee self-service portal is that our clients have the power to upload these statements directly into NIB's system, eliminating the manual process which results in delay in posting to our client's account. We are working hand in hand with NIB to ensure that our clients are registered for the ESS portal and know how to use it. I look forward to further technology, innovation, and progress from NIB. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a can drive coming up, and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give up your time.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
This segment of the news is presented by Sands, the truly Bahamian beer.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports, everyone. Topping this evening's sportscast, Bahamas' team at the World Athletics Outdoor Championships receiving a major blow with the announcement from World and Olympic champion Stephen Gardner on Independence Day that he's pulling out of the 10-day World Championships that is set to get underway in Eugene, Oregon this Friday, citing a UTE tendon inflammation. Gardner revealing the information via his Instagram, saying, "Instead of putting on my spikes, I have been advised to put on a walking boot due to a UTE tendon inflammation. Unfortunately, there will be no Eugene 22 for me. devastated by the news, but I am thankful for all the blessings in my career so far. I'm also thankful for my team around me, all the love and support during this process. I'll now move ahead to obtain the necessary treatment so that I can be 100%. And to the people of the Bahamas, my sponsors and fans around the world, I'm sorry I won't be able to compete, and I wish my rivals good health and the very best. Gardner, who was one of the favorites for the gold medal in the men's 400 meters going into the meet, has just one of 7 men in the field ever to run under 44 seconds. Gardner has a lifetime best of 43.48 seconds, which he ran to win the world title at the Khalifa International Stadium in Qatar in 2019. That's also the fastest time in the world in 6 years. And Team Bahamas delivered several milestone performances at the 2022 ARCA's Optimus World Championships, highlighted by Craig Ferguson II, who was the top performer of the team, highlighted in the final day of sailing when he finished first among the Silver Fleet in race 11 of 12 in the event in Bodrum, Turkey. The young sailor paying a courtesy call on the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, this afternoon. At the meeting, the DPM celebrated Ferguson for the lofty accomplishment, saying that Craig's feat can hope to serve as an inspiration to other young persons in the country.
But I see now sailing making a resurgence. When you see the young people are interested, that speaks to the possibilities for the future. So Craig will be able to showcase that sailing is something not just with great potential, but it's very exciting for the country. It's an enjoyable sport.
Now, we spoke to the young sailor who says he appreciates the support he's received from the public, and his parents certainly could not be any prouder.
Overwhelmed. I couldn't believe it for the first hour or two after I received the news, and I was just really excited to accomplish something so big in such a big international regatta, in such a big fleet. The last few races going in, I was 3rd or 4th overall, and I just had 3 people to beat, including my teammate, unfortunately, and 2 Germans, and I just went out there, executed it, had good races, and finished on top.
Me very proud, very proud. Words cannot express how proud I am of him. The hard work paid off, and I'm just proud because not just as a parent, but he made the Bahamas proud, and then to top it off, it's Independence Weekend. So, as a country, we're all very proud of him.
From the Babe Ruth Baseball Championships, Team Bahamas shutting out Cuba 3-0 to capture the Babe Ruth Caribbean Region 12 and Under Championship at the Blue Hill Sporting Complex on Monday. They will now go on to represent the Bahamas at the Cal Ripken Major 70 World Series at the Ballparks of America in Branson, Missouri from August 4th through the 13th. The tournament team came into the 5-day classic as the top team out of the Bahamas, with the majority of their players being on the gold medal team from the Bahamas Baseball Association's national championships in June. Team Bahamas catcher Antoine Bain led the Bahamas at the plate with a 2-for-3 performance and was named as the best hitter in the tournament. The Bahamas tournament team won the bronze medal game, taking down Aruba 8-0. The Bahamas also won the 16 and under invitational gold medal game, beating the United States of America 13-6. In a sense to foster a greater sense of community, the Bangtown Basketball League was created, spearheaded by the area's MP, the Honorable Wade Watson, successful local basketball coach who understands how impactful the game can be to young men and women in the country. The league holding its official opening ceremony over the weekend at the park at St. Agnes Anglican Church. In attendance was the nation's chief, who left these words of encouragement on the youngsters.
Getting together like this, getting to know each other like this, pushing each other in competition. That competition goes pushing each other to understand, I gotta read a book tonight maybe. Because when I read this book tonight, when I go on the court tomorrow, I can tell somebody about that book I read.
And for the area MP, he says he sees a great amount of talent emerging from the area.
I saw some talent over the last 3-4 days. I saw a young boy who used to walk through Augusta Street with two left toes. And the way he performed on this court, I was stunned. I was shocked. We have talent from Hay Street playing in these games, from Nassau Street playing in these games, from the middle of Bain Town playing in these games. And all across the constituency of Bain and Grantstown, all I see is lone talent.
And that's when we look at sports. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know. There's a can drive coming up, and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
The census determines the total number of people living in a country. Our census is currently being conducted throughout the islands of the Bahamas. I plan to participate. You should too.
We want everybody on every island, regardless of your age or nationality, to be counted.
And if they ain't been to your door yet, they're gonna be there soon. I know we can get counted in this census, so don't let them miss you.
The data collected in the census is used by the government to make all kinds of important decisions for the future of our country. I'll be participating. You should too.
When the census workers were in my area, I had the option whether to do it face-to-face or on my cell phone. I participated. So should you.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute needs nationwide participation. The census will be conducted until the end of August. Remember, when it's your turn, the count depends on you.
Boy, I need you to go down by the centralized collection center and pick up my permit so I can import my plants and my pets.
Grab my car down.
The bus ain't running it.
But under in your name, you have to go pick it up yourself.
Boy, listen here. On the portal, you can assign another My Gateway user as a proxy to pick up your stuff on your behalf. And I sending you. So go get my things. I old now, I got things to do. Ordinary People is back with a new season. Join us on the ZNS Network.
Anybody drugs or more? Not New York's bestsellers, the hood's bestseller.
I like that. Coming soon.
People are only going to say yes or no. And if they say no, keep on trying until you get a yes.
Ordinary People.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, we have a lone tropical wave several hundred miles to the west of the Cape Woody Islands, moving west between 10 and 15 miles per hour, but it is encountering some strong upper-level winds, and that coupled with the Sahara dust, that's going to keep a lid on any kind of development over the next several days. Satellite pictures showing a little troughing near the southeast northwest Bahamas, pardon me. You can see some of those showers developing on the backside of Andros, and that could provide pockets of showers and isolated thunderstorms in some parts of the northwest Bahamas tonight. Our forecast calling for very warm conditions, mainly clear during the evening hours, but becoming cloudy as the night progresses, with passing showers developing later on tonight. 79 degrees will be your low temperature, and tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny with a couple of strong thunderstorms in the area with a high temperature of 90 degrees. Extended weather forecast. Isolated showers and thunderstorms right into Thursday. Things pan out quite nicely on Friday with 1 or 2 passing showers. On Saturday, some clouds roll in, and that could increase the chance of showers developing as well. But things, again, will clear out on Sunday, heading into the early part of next week. But those toasty daytime temperatures will continue, so once again, keep yourself hydrated. Makisha.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better
and ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
This is McLeanstown on the eastern tip of Grand Bahama. In 2019, Hurricane Dorian devastated this place, as well as most of the east end of Grand Bahama. Now in 2022, as the people recover, so does the environment. Find out the details in the Bahamas Naturally.